Now, one of the activities that I'll equally be talking about is mushroom production, which equally is a field, it's a new field that is gradually gaining market, and the production of snails. Now, these are some of the activities that can be carried out at low scale, at domestic level, even if you are an urban settler. Why I say so is because of the experience I've had within the conflict hit regions in Northwest where I reside. You realize that most farmers or most investors have drifted away from crop production and are focusing on domestic production, which does not demand too much of land. Now, one of the activities too that is very lucrative is pig farming. When we talk about pig farming, we have pig breeding and fattening. Breeding, where the farmer's objective is targeting production of piglets, and fattening, when they get the piglets, they fatten for the market. But you realize that pig breeding is very lucrative and very sustainable because you can successfully farrow a piglet, whether a sow, sorry, twice in a year. And if you're fortunate to have a very good breed like the Nema breed, you can have a litter size of maybe from 10 to 16. Yeah, people have 20. And you can imagine if you have that twice and you're giving out the piglet might be at 25,000 francs. You can do the calculation and you see how much you can gain from that activity. And with a lot of domestic waste that we have, it equally supports in feeding. But now, if we are talking about lucrative businesses, we are equally looking at people who can come back home, who are out there, who can come in and properly invest in this domain. And of course, all of these should be backed up by a business plan. That is always the take-up point. It should be backed up by a business plan. Now, she talked about 5 ideas. I might like to add some. Now, you have what we call market gardening, which is very important, and most especially in the highland areas where the temperatures are a bit low. Market gardening does well. And alongside, you could have production of Irish potatoes, and that's why I said you make a choice based on your location. There are people going for fruit farming, production of pineapple, production of pawpaw, and all that. So all of these is backed up by what? It is backed up by properly studies which are carried out, and of course, putting up a business plan that can guide you towards the realization of your project. And one of the greatest errors that most Cameroonians do is that they depend on local knowledge. They will not want to seek the services of people who have a mastery of these activities. And of course, when they get blocked, that's when they start struggling to see how they can correct their errors, which is always not the best thing to do. Now, she talked of how to invest in agriculture. When you talk about how to invest in agriculture, the main thing that comes to my mind is what are the steps to invest in agriculture. The first thing is land. Okay, it's either you purchase land or somebody is leasing land to you. The second thing is settling or establishing the form of investment. And the form, is it sole proprietorship? Is it partnership? Is it a company? And if it's a company, which are the different speculations that you'll be targeting? Yeah, is it a mixed farm? Will it be lucrative? You need to put up a business plan to back up your activities. You need to hire experts according to the nature of investment, because they can be, in fact, there can be no successful agricultural project without investment. The two must run together. There must be investment cost and there must be an operational cost. Of course, people might decide to hire or purchase equipment that could be used for the venture. And of course, you need to establish a good marketing plan. So these are some of the basic ideas. I would not want to go into too much details, but if you have a view of this video and you have questions, you can always inbox me. I'm ready to share my experience and the knowledge that I have.